What is good, YouTube, and welcome to Swish and Peace podcast. Today, we got a big free agency topics, and a lot of things happen all of a sudden in like 2 hours. This morning, we all wake up to the first topic, which is Paul George has signed a max contract with the 76ers for $212 million for 4 years. Paul George last season averaged 22.6 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 47.1% from the field goal. He was in and out with Kawhi with injuries, so we really never got to see the healthy Clippers in action. Even with Harden, they really didn't get the job done. Yesterday, we saw Paul George opt out of his contract. Apparently, if he did opt in, he did request for a trade to the Warriors. And the Warriors attempted to try to give them Chris Paul, Wiggins, Kuminga, Moses Moody, and a first-round pick for Paul George, but it didn't go through. If I'm going to be honest, if I was the Warriors, I would have just fired myself. That's a terrible trade. Why would you trade your whole future franchise and one of your key players for an injured prone player? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense why the Warriors would even attempt to do that. My only concern about this signing is Paul George and Embiid was injured a lot last season. If they both get injured, that is basically the whole Sixers season. And of course, the biggest loser in this this sign, is the Clippers. They traded SGA, 5 first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps just to lose Paul George a few seasons later. Right now, the Clippers are marketing Russell Westbrook, and they are planning to keep Harden on the side. After Paul George signing, we then saw Tyrese Maxey getting a 5-year, $204 million max deal with the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey showed the Sixers why he is him, and when Embiid got injured, Tyrese really showed up for the Sixers last season. He averaged 25.9 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 45% from the field goal. I thought he did deserve the contract. He worked his ass off and now that he has PG and Embiid on his side, I won't be surprised if they win a ring this season. I think the Sixers won this free agency. They have won a lot. They brought back a lot of role players like Kelly Oubre. The only thing they lost is Milton so far, but this isn't really a big loss. I do see the Sixers contending this season. Now, for the main event of this podcast, right? The Mavericks has done a sign-in trade for Klay Thompson on a sign-in trade with the Warriors, which Mavericks sent Josh Green to the Hornets, and the Warriors will probably grab someone from the Hornets or maybe a draft pick from the Mavericks. We are not sure yet. At 3 p.m. right now, we really have no updates from Woj or Sham, so we really don't know where this trade is going. Hoping for the Warriors to at least get someone in return after losing one of their core players. This sadly the end of the trio of Steph, Klay, and Draymond. It has been a fun, heartbreaking roller coaster for all of them. They end up winning 4 rings together. What a historic run. I won't be surprised if Klay retires and they will have a statue outside of the Chase Center and get all their numbers retired all at the same time. Anyways, I think the Mavericks made the right call because after watching the finals, all I saw was Luka being double teamed from half court and the Celtics fans just getting under Kyrie's skin, so they really need someone to be very consistent. Now they got someone on the corner to do a pop-in shot, and especially when they all focus on Luka and Klay is just in the corner just shooting threes. Klay didn't have the biggest slump of his career last season. I don't know if Klay got offended because the Warriors didn't want to give him a full 4 max contract. They was too focused on getting PG, I understand it, but you gotta understand, when Klay was gone for 2 seasons with injury, basically a whole rehab, Klay was still being paid $40 million a season. We thought Klay would be thankful for the Warriors investing on him all this time, especially this season, after this season, the terrible one. I do hope Klay finds his way back to his golden days and hope enough to help the Mavericks get back in the finals. So yes, that is all the signings for today so far. It's only 3 p.m. and we haven't even got the updates from what Klay is being traded for. So let's see what the Warriors would get from this. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this podcast, a quick one for today, and maybe tomorrow we'll do another one for a good 30 minutes. We'll see. Anyways, hopefully You guys have a great day and peace.